I'm Christina Camelli. I'm a quilter and teacher, and I'm going to be providing some machine quilting segments over the next few episodes. To start today, I want to show you a really versatile quilt design called the Lazy 8. Lazy 8s are wonderful to get comfortable with because they are so versatile. They'll fit in pretty much any shape you want to put them in. And I know it's something that new quilters sometimes have trouble with, so I'm going to take you through a way to improve your Lazy 8s. The first thing I want to make sure is that you can draw them, because sometimes the scooping backwards gets people confused. So before you go and try and stitch them, just make sure you can draw them and you get the flow of how the design keeps looping forward. After you're feeling good drawing them, then you can go and stitch them. Now, for free motion quilting, I've got my machine all set up. I have a free motion foot on, and I have the feed dogs disengaged. You may be able to lower the feed dogs on your machine, or in this case, this machine has a special stitch plate that raises the bed of the machine just over the feed dogs so they don't touch the quilt. All right, when you're doing your Lazy 8s, you can either stitch them up and down, or you can stitch them side to side this way. Whatever feels comfortable with you, go ahead and do that. I work up and down because I can go farther without having to reposition my hands. Oh, and I didn't mention one other thing here, and that is that I'm wearing my super duper fancy free motion quilting gloves. I cut the fingers off of these because that gives me more dexterity for doing things like threading the needle, but whatever gloves you feel comfortable with in free motion quilting will be just fine. Okay, so for Lazy 8s, when you get started, you're just going to go from side to side. You can do them. You can change the spacing of your Lazy 8s however you want. Now, you'll notice that I stopped right here at the apex of the loop, and that's where I think is the best place to stop when you're doing the design. Now here I'm going to put them closer together. And here I'm going to stretch them farther apart. You'll have your own handwriting with this, so just find the place that feels comfortable for you. Now, if you're like a lot of students in my class, what you'll find is that your Lazy 8s start to tip. They start to lean, and let me tell you how you can fix that problem. What I want you to try is just stitching half of the Lazy 8. I want you to do that like this. Just come down to a point, and then go back up, make your loop, and come down to a point. Do that across a whole row. What you're looking for here is to keep this loop nice and perpendicular to the edge of the line that you're stitching. When you do that, that'll keep everything really even. The way that your Lazy 8s will get off center or start to lean is if one of your lines is doing something at a different angle than the other one. A lot of times you're making one side straight and the other side curved. So just focus on either making the curve match on both sides or making the line straight on both sides. I think that making the line straight on both sides is easier for new quilters, but go with what feels right to you. And that's how easy it is to do Lazy 8s.